Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and honored guests. Once upon a time, there was a little kid growing up in the suburbs. And there wasn't a lot of drama growing up in the suburbs. Every day was pretty much the same. And I'll tell you, that little kid is me. The speech is about me. Every day, life went on. There wasn't a lot of... I had dreams, but my dreams varied from day to day. And there wasn't a lot of solidity to my dreams. And not much changed in my life. I grew up, I went to college like Don did, and became an engineer. And I was married for a while. And not anything unusual happened. Till one day, I went to a seminar. And there was a retreat. The seminar had a retreat. And they gave us a project. They talked about developing a vision, and they set up easels with like those flip chart pages, and they gave us a bunch of pens, and they said, draw out a vision for your life, or whatever, a vision for whatever time period you want. And so I chose the time period of from then, when I was 30-something, till when I was 64. And I drew a picture of the house and the family that I wanted to have when I was 64. And I folded that up and I put it in a file drawer. I memorized it. I knew it was on the picture. When I got married the second time, I showed it to my new bride and looked at it every once in a while. I had memorized it. Then we moved to Arizona, and somehow I lost that file drawer. It's probably still in my file somewhere. But when I did turn 64, I thought about the picture, and it was spot on. Everything I had imagined, and I had imagined a beautiful, huge house next to water. And I remember the time I'd drawn 2 chimneys, and I remember the time somebody said, 2 chimneys? That's kind of odd. You really want 2 chimneys? And it turned out the house in Arizona only had 1 chimney. And also, somebody asked me about the water, and I said, well, I think that's a coastline. Maybe it's the East Coast, maybe it's the West Coast, or maybe it's just a swimming pool. It turned out to be a swimming pool. It was drawn from the back of the house, and there was a rose garden, and the garage was on the right side of the back of the house, and the garage on the left side. And that's where the rose garden and the garage actually ended up. It showed a family, and the family pretty much ended up in exactly what was drawn there. So as a consequence of that, I really started having faith in the vision process. Recently, I was at ASRIA, the Arizona Real Estate Investors Association, where I'm a member, and a guy came and said, I'm going to have a seminar on developing a vision, a business vision, and you can do a personal vision at the same time. I'd been believing in visions for a long time, so on my computer, the desktop of my computer, there's a picture of my vision that I made using Photoshop kind of tools. And so I see it often. I have pictures of the things that I want to occur in my life, and I see it often. So I've been in the vision process a long time. However, this seminar, we really took it to detail. And it was not just a vision, but it was planning. And I think it's really given me a new lease on life, a really good feeling about where life's going and what can happen. So finally, I've gotten to the point where I really believe that a vision is important, and I feel like I'm in a good shape with my vision. Just the other day, I was emailing with a friend of mine, and she's kind of wondering where her business is going to go. She's my mastermind partner for our land flipping business, and she was asking about education. She's very focused on getting more education, and I thought, well, she doesn't really have a vision, so I helped her in email, worked through her vision, and she was relieved. She thought she had more of a plan for where she wanted to go, and it clarified where the business was going. So I encourage all of you to develop a vision. It can be a simple thing, like I started out with just a quickly drawn picture on a piece of paper. You can get those foam boards at the office store, put it on there. A lot of people like to get brochures and magazines and junk mail and cut out pictures of what they want or print them off the internet and paste them on that foam board. And I think you'd be amazed at how much of what your dreams, once they're put down on a vision board, how much of what your dreams actually come true. And I think the solidity of the vision board and seeing it every once in a while, somehow that makes it come true. So I'm a big believer in the vision process, and I think it's good for a lot of people. It's good if it flows down into plans, and then the plans, the yearly plans flow down into quarterly plans, flow down into weekly plans, flow down into daily plans, flow down into hour-by-hour plans. I try to do that. I'm struggling. Once you get to the point where you have financial freedom and you have plenty of money coming in that you don't have to do anything, sometimes it's hard to actually get to work every day, every hour. I think the vision process is wonderful, and I'd like to encourage you all to go ahead and get a board and put something down, or put it on the backdrop of your thing, or I even record it and I play it to myself in the car. So the vision process is great, and I encourage all of you to do it.
Hey, Randy.